What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the 5th episode of the Big Idea Hard Sell. We're back again.
You sounded very excited about that.
I know.
Just can't handle the excitement today, boys. Out of control. It's Friday. We're out of control.
Last day of classes.
Yes. Yeah, we all have a party we're all going to later on. So
Keg party. Yeah. So if anyone's in our region, feel free. You're all invited.
In our region. It's like our podcast has gone global. It's good.
You never know.
So let's talk about, portfolios, like the actual physical portfolio, how you guys are going to present your work, I know everyone in our class is debating, should it be 8.5 by 11, should it be 11 by 17, should it be leather bound or plastic, or, should everyone invest in an iPad and have it digitally, right? So, What are you guys' thoughts?
Right now I have mine in just a leather book. I think most of us do now. Except for Matt on his iPad. I've heard a few different suggestions, taking it out of the leather book, like just trying to be unique and different, or even if it's in the leather book, I think the bigger pages are usually better. From the feedback I got, they liked having everything. They liked how I had everything on one page, all the different pieces on the same page for the campaign instead of like 5 different pages for the same campaign. So a bigger page, like I have mine 11 by 17, seems to be the better way to go. But that's what I've gotten so far on the feedback.
Mine's actually 11 by 14.
Ooh.
So I thought it would shake things up and go away from the norm. Just kind of happened. I went to pick up a portfolio and I thought, I don't know, I saw 11 by 14. I thought it was a really nice one. I thought, I can see myself putting my work in here. It's a sexy looking book. So mine are 11 by 14. And I actually don't have how Eric has his. I actually have mine individual page, and I've had alright feedback from that. Nobody said they didn't like it that way. So it's kind of subjective, I guess, of what everybody likes. It's differing personal opinions, I guess, of how you set it up.
I got mine on leather bound 11 by 17. Big portfolio. I originally, the one I wanted to buy was $200. It was like stainless steel and everything. But I figured I'm gonna spend that kind of money when I get paid for advertising. It was kind of expensive, right? Especially with no jobs guaranteed at the end too. At least you have a nice book.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got mine pretty much. I got single print ads on individual pages just for the fact that they are prints. So it'd be nice to see them not stretched out. Other than that, ambient stuff and all that other stuff I have on one page, like how Eric has, and feedback was pretty much, try to keep everything on one page, make everything look clean. I kind of wanted to do my own little page layout on the pages separately, but I've been kind of told against that since it kind of takes away from your ads, right? So for my intro page, my beginning page, simple, quick, who I am, my number, no work experience, nothing like that, just how people contact me, and I have a little, my own little graphics and stuff on there on the title page, and then the rest is, pretty much like a book you flip through. I know the art director and copywriter pair who showed me their book, they actually had a book that me and Matt saw at the UPS store, and it's I think for $30-40 they can actually make an actual book out of your portfolio. So it's they
perfect bind it.
They perfect bind it and everything like that. I think it's what's it called, saddle stitch? No, it wasn't saddle stitch or whatever.
It's perfect binding.
Is it perfect binding?
Yeah. I like that. I like that concept. It's you can make one it's not cheap, but down the road it's kind of it's a cool thing that you can leave behind. It's a pocket-sized version of my portfolio. Just leave it on their desk kind of deal, right?
Well, that's cool for yourself too to have, right? It's kind of like a pride thing. I busted my ass for this work. And I have a cool looking book to show for it. It's practical too, right? Like you said, it's a leave behind piece.
There you go, right?
So, my friend's older brother, he's actually a car designer at Chrysler, and when he was doing his final book, he actually got it perfect bound. It's we saw it, and he designed the new Jeep, so he's doing all right, I guess.
Nice. I kind of went on to the digital route, I guess. The iPad came out, and I thought it would be perfect for my portfolio. It's portable, internet, so I can have my videos on there, all my kind of case studies, all that kind of stuff. I have it within my photos. I have it as a PDF. I have it as an iBook. I have 3 different versions of it. But before I had my iPad, I actually had, my father a long time ago made me an actual wooden portfolio out of oak, and he stained it, and he like burned my name into it, and it's 11 by 17. And I think I might go back to that route actually, because I love having a physical, like that.
Yeah, I find that
you
it's a
know,
lot better actually seeing it in person and like, physically flipping through the pages.
Because at first when I was showing my book, around on my iPad, people were like, oh, and they're like just like fooling around with it more so than actually looking at the work, right? So I think down the road when everyone has like the understanding of like tablets, then maybe I'll probably go back to it. And still getting the bugs out sometimes. If you like scroll too fast through like the PDFs, it tends to freeze and like crash out on you. So it's
plus for yourself, nothing beats the rich smell of the foreign spices of a nice rich mahogany.
There you go. No, and like I was talking to like one of our professors, and he's like, yeah, it's like, you know, you bring in a wooden portfolio that's been like handmade.
It's intriguing.
There you go. It's a conversation
really
starter, and it's, you know, it's sets you apart. Even though I guess the iPad has set me apart as well.
During the last photo shoot, I thought your dad said no more advertising.
I know. I think I put him over the edge. You know, he trashed my house, and
all in the name of advertising.
Yeah, he had one of those. You know, those you go to Portuguese houses. There's always that one room with the white couches and the marble. No one touches and no one sits on.
The couch you can't sit on.
Exactly. No, we pretty much took that room and turned everything over. His dad came up and he was like, "What the hell is going on here?"
I think that's like the first time that room's been used since like '96.
Probably.
To tell you the truth.
I think the important thing about making those unique books, like the wooden ones and stuff, is that they have to be done really well.
Yeah.
Or else
definitely.
It's not going to have the
Don't
same
bother
effect.
doing it unless it's done really well.
Yeah, definitely.
They have to, go ahead.
I think that's the same with like even just making an ad too, right? Like if it's not going to be done really, really well, don't put it in your portfolio, which we're kind of learning too. Like just with some people saying if this needs work, this doesn't need work. Yeah, it's not the best ad, kind of take it out. So I think that goes the same with a novelty portfolio kind of thing like that. So
it's like with everything. You got to remember a lot of times that's you. Sometimes our creative directors, art directors, and everyone, they don't get to meet you as a person. Sometimes you just have to send in your book. Right. So it's your first impression. So I mean, if a big thing is selling yourself, right, you got to sell yourself and make your book presentable. So it's a lot easier on you, right?
Do you guys find when you've been going around meeting different people, like creative directors, writers, art directors, you're not just showing them your book, you're kind of telling a story about yourself?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sure.
I definitely think it's, your book is like, I guess, our doorway to who you are and what kind of thinking style you are, and it shows like, if your ads aren't fully completed or like well thought out or like at the finished stage, it shows, I think, the creative director, like, oh, this guy rushes through things, you know? He doesn't want to put the time into making this ad 100% or 110%, right? So, yeah, definitely.
And as much as it shows your style, you should kind of, they definitely want to see the different ways you can think. Like, you gotta have like different styles in your book. You can't be the same thing throughout your entire book.
I think that's like the best feedback we've been getting too. Like, just from meeting with some people last week, just kind of saying all of your ads shouldn't have this one style. We love your work. Just kind of extend yourself into targeting different audiences with different campaigns, just to show you can write for different mediums, different audiences. Just showing your range, I guess. The same for everybody, I guess, with art direction too, right?
Yeah.
So,
going back to like describing your ads and stuff, like through your book, I find the good thing about it too is every little ad like has a little story, like with your room, right? And when you talk about your ad too, you kind of talk about your thought process too. So it gives them an insight of like how you think, right?
I can't just sit there. Okay, this is for Victor's Mousetraps. It's a print ad. No. The copy says this.
No.
I can't do that. I'm the type of person I want to talk and tell you.
Yeah.
Like, for example, a campaign that Mario and myself did for Wingfest.
Yeah.
We did all the typography in wing sauce. And the meeting I had this week, they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then as soon as I said we wrote it actually out all physically in wing sauce, they love that. Like, just the fact that we actually went that extra step to do that, they love that. And just hearing that little tidbit made them appreciate it that much more, I guess.
For sure, that room stunk.
Yeah, I think it still does.
Delicious smell, though. There could be worse smells.
But it's like you were saying, like as soon as you told them that, it just showed like to them that like you guys had devotion and determination to like do whatever it takes to make that ad look 110% finished. You know what I mean? Like it gave it that extra little texture to it, right?
Even like as another example for, I did a campaign with Eric for Parkinson's. So we tried constructing a Rube Goldberg device just to show like the difficulties of Parkinson's, and both of us, I think, are going to take that ad out of our portfolios. We've been told, so right now it's a print ad, and we've been told maybe storyboard it. Works really well as TV,
Really good for TV
or cinema, but as print, it doesn't really come across. But just the fact when I told them that, we actually went to the scrapyard, we got all the props, we dug around, we got dirty, and like just found all these random props to kind of shoot the ad and do it ourselves.
Yeah, if you can if you can have a story behind how you made your ad, it makes it that much better.
Instead of saying I went to Google Images, got a crappy low-res picture and copy pasted it into
like, definitely.
What's the point of that?
No.
Yeah. So,
do you guys have when it comes to like placing all your different campaigns or different ads in your book? Do you guys have a certain style you guys like to follow, like good, better, best, or best, mediocre, good, or like how do you guys lay out?
Yeah, I mean, best way our teacher even said, you got to take them on a roller coaster in a way.
Yeah.
So the way I laid it out is the ones I think that are going to catch attention first, like our Wingfest stuff, I put that first, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much like a really full campaign. I think we have almost like 8 or 9 pieces in there. We might have to X 1 or 2 still and rework some, but I started off with like a pretty full campaign, and then I moved into sort of like not almost one-offs, but sort of like one-off digital ideas in the middle. And then I had our Breathe Right stuff follow after, so it was another longer campaign. So I kind of had it sandwiched in between sort of like long, short.
Okay.
And then I had it that way.
Yeah, for myself, I think start with your best, what you think is your best campaign, what everybody else tells you is your best campaign, and then the one at the end should probably be your second best kind of thing. So. Well, obviously you should try to have all of your best campaigns in your book, but the ones you think are the 2 best or whatever's getting the best feedback, start to finish. So
it's like
you start great, end great. So.
That first page is very important because it's kind of like, fuck, what the hell are the kids doing? What's the kids doing there? I probably said the first swear word of our podcast.
I was just going to say.
The FCC is going to be all over that. Or CRTC, sorry.
Good that we're online. But at the same time, I mean, like, it's either the first page they open is like, okay, this kid has some ideas, or what the hell is this kid doing here wasting my time, right? So, I mean, it says a lot. You got to open with a strong impression.
Yeah,
right?
if you start strong, they're more likely to...
They'll
more likely to look through your entire book.
Definitely.
Like, if you start with a campaign you think is like, all right, you've lost everybody from the start.
They'll just want to like peruse through it as fast as they can.
Just get it over with.
Exactly it, right?
Yeah, like myself, I've been lucky enough to meet with great people that take like valuable time and look at my book and give great feedback, not just kind of like, okay, great, see ya, I don't want to talk to you again. Pretty much every person I've gone to see said like I really love your ideas, keep working hard, it looks great, contact me again, let's chat again, which is like, I love that. It's very appreciative.
Especially when they call you back or keep contact with you after they say
that. Exactly. It makes you feel better, I guess, when you leave there. So.
And it's all based on how good your book is.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah. Rapper?
But
All right. That was a good one. That was actually good podcast, guys.
By the way, if we don't see Mario next week, the CTRC has kicked him off.
CRTC?
All right, so if you don't see Ryan and Mario next week,
it's because of all the errors.
There you go.
Today, so.
But I guess next week we'll have our holiday special.
Yes.
And it's going to be good.
Eggnog and mistletoes.
I'm going to have spiked eggnog, I think.
I don't think we'll bring any mistletoes. That'd be kind of awkward. So.
Well, who are we going to make? I'm not making out with you, dude.
We'll hopefully have some guests on next week if we have some mistletoes.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks so much, guys.
Take care.
Are you ready?